Hey, good morning, everybody. Vega here for SerpentX Special Forces. I have a special guest, Savage Mind, with me. We are doing our episode of Caffeine and Crypto this morning. I want to say good morning to everybody, but Savage, go ahead and say good morning.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. I'm just drinking coffee. Actually I'm on tea now. I'm not even on coffee anymore. I
Oh,
already had a cup of coffee this morning. Not fire tea, just regular old tea.
Did you have your episode of Fireball Friday yesterday?
I didn't. I've been the network and just doing all the housework has been just consuming all my time. I just have not had time, and I'm to the point now where I struggle for. You could probably relate. Maybe I don't know. You seem to do pretty well with videos, but I struggle for content these days. It just seems like I don't know. It's probably just me, but I seem to be struggling with like coming up with something to even talk about. That I haven't already talked about.
Yeah,
So
I feel the struggle on that aspect because
whenever you're in a niche of a niche like we are, it's sometimes it's kind of there's this lull, in
in
information,
content,
all
yeah.
that stuff. It's just tough.
Yeah, I was waiting for some hardware to come out, and took a minute for the 3080 just to get here. But in between that time, it was kind of pulling from the bottom to get some content. Good morning, Crypto Mikkel, Work Crow,
Yeah.
Sarf Meta, Chris Anderson, and my wife is in the chat. I'm glad that she stopped by. I know she's at work right now, so don't get in trouble, honey. Um, this past week has been trying, and I'm not gonna say anything too personal, but we got some family matters here with my aunt passing away. Hash Raptor just updated us and let us know his father passed away. So my hearts and thoughts go to him and his family. So I know a lot of us in the community have been, dealing with our own personal problems, but still trying to make content for everybody. So it's been challenging, but we're getting through it. Currently the market is kind of confusing me. I'm not sure if you can see this, Savage, but look at
Yeah.
Bitcoin on Coin 360. It says like 11,162, but then on TradingView it's at 11,300, right below me and where Savage is on screen.
Wow,
So
that's a pretty big difference.
yeah, and that's Bitstamp on TradingView, and then I wonder where they're pulling their information from on Coin 360.
Arbitrage.
Can we increase volume? Let me
Yeah,
see
work
here.
work crow is asking about the volume. It
Yeah,
sounds fine to me, but
it sounds fine to me too. Me and you are hitting 50. I just turned you up a little bit. You're a little bit louder than me, but let's see. Mic check. 1 2. Work crow.
yeah, it sounds fine on my end. But
You didn't miss too much. We were just opening up the show, Crypto Mikkel. You didn't miss too much. But look at the charts, Mikkel, and let me know what you think in chat. Look at what time Trading View says, right? It's around 14, 11.4. And then Coin 360 is an 11.1. So I'm not sure why there's a difference there. But I mean, this past week we jumped up, and we've been kind of sitting at 11.4, 11.3, 11.5 range, which is pretty nice. How has profits been mining for you?
me, I've
Yeah,
been going. I'm still on Nice Hash. I think what I'm going to do. Well, it has definitely not been anything like the last 2 months. I mean, it's been, my little RX 580 rigs are, $3 or $4 a day profit. After electric, um, nothing nothing great. They were at the height. I think they were at like 14, 15, $16 a day back in last month. So it's still doing Nice Hash. Probably once. I think Tuesday is the 20th, right? So we got to do like the month review and profits and all that
right.
stuff. I'll do that live stream. I will probably talk to the guys and see about maybe switching over to something else besides Nice Hash, like maybe just straight up Ethereum or straight Ethereum Classic, something, and hop off of Nice Hash just to see, because there's a little bit of a profitability gap between Ethereum and Nice Hash usually, right?
Right.
Because whenever I say Nice Hash, that RX 580s are going to be on ETH hash from Nice Hash, or not from, but to, and there's just a slight, usually, actually, right now you're showing, is this 580?
Yeah, this is 6 RX 580s.
Six. So I've got eight. And so, and actually right now it looks like nice hash is at the top. That's kind of crazy because normally
It's in the middle, yeah, like middle
normally it's
bottom.
flipped. It's flipped around the other way normally. So yeah, I mean $3 or $4 a day after electric, nothing to nothing to write home about or anything like that. But at least it's not like it was the past 2 years where it was, basically negative all the time for these
Right.
rigs. So that's what I'm doing. I'll probably switch over just to, because being on nice hash is kind of affects the content too, because I'm just like, I don't really have much to talk about. I'm giving my hash rate to nice hash for them to do whatever with to sell it, and I'm getting Bitcoin for that. And there's nothing in between. There's no like, hey, there's a new miner available. Let's go ahead and try it out. So it kind of affects the content a little bit as far as the channel goes. But you know, that's kind of where I'm at. Where
Well,
are you at?
profit wise, the RX 5700 has dropped. So when Bitcoin took off, right, and this is normally what we see with the markets. When Bitcoin took off, and we had this nice jump from 10 6 7 up to this 11,002 11,004 range, the altcoins obviously dropped down. And if everybody remembers in the past, what I wanted it to do was the high tide raises all ships. It didn't raise all ships. It just raised Bitcoin, and then the altcoins kind of dipped down. So that kind of hurt the profits a little bit. But it's been coming back up, right? So it takes a couple days, but then the altcoins start to pick up. Right now, prior, I was making $10 a day with all the cards that I have without the 3080. But now I make $10 a day with the 3080, and the 3080 makes over like $2 a day. Just FYI. So the altcoin profits aren't as good for auto switching into Bitcoin. So I've been mining Ethereum directly. I did mine a little bit of Ethereum Classic, which amazes me that Ethereum Classic had so many attacks and so many people were talking in a negative way about Ethereum Classic, but it's still just so much more profitable than most
Yeah,
of the
but
altcoins.
it isn't that because there's less miners doing it because they're like, I can't mine something that's going to constantly get attacked. Isn't
Right.
that? I mean, what's the hash rate look like? I haven't
It's actually a
done a
lot
whole lot
better.
of I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, but I
It's
would
actually a lot
assume
better. Yeah.
I would assume that people aren't too keen on it right now because of 3 attacks in 2 months or whatever it was. So
Right. When Crypto Mikkel and I covered this, I believe it was around 1 terahash, and now we're at 4 terahash, and we've been kind of sitting between that 4 or 5 range. So it's been steady.
okay, that's not bad.
Okay, so
50.
Max Vulture just said something interesting to me. Bitcoin and Bittrex 11,395 and 11,4. So I'm not sure where Coin 360 is lagging behind, or where their API is pulling that data from. But yeah, that's very interesting to me that they're at 11.1 while everybody else is almost at the 11.4 range. So that's where we're
I'm sure
currently
it's
sitting
in
at with
there.
Bitcoin.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's in their documentation or FAQ or something like where they actually pull their data from. Maybe I don't know,
I'll do some research off stream, but yeah,
but it's clearly not the same the
no,
same source.
clearly. I did send what to mine. Those guys are pretty cool. I did send them my information. What's up, Chris Anderson, Mr. Doge Lord? How you doing, buddy? I did send what to mine my information about the 3080, and they're going to be doing their own independent testing. But I always do this every time a new GPU comes out. I send them my information. They validate with their own testing, obviously to get results from other people, and then they get to put it up here. So eventually, we should see the 3080 up here. As far as the 3090, I'm not sure, but I don't think too many miners, like hardcore miners, are going to get the 3090 with the minute improvement in hash rate.
Yeah, it'll be one of those. Somebody will build a 3090 rig, 6x or 8x 3090 rig just to show. But yeah, it's not a good. It's not a efficient. It's not a mega hash per dollar value is just not there.
So I still have a lot of people hit me up in comments though about the 3080 and how the Radeon 7 looks more promising, especially on that Reddit post. But I mean, I don't have a Radeon 7, so I can't speak to it. But
Yeah.
isn't it the same wattage? Like 220
I think it's
250.
really close, right?
Yeah, to
Yeah,
get 90 something mega hash. So I'm not sure.
205. Yeah, 215. I don't know. Red Panda's done a lot of
I have to
Radeon.
check his content out just to compare. But the 3080, here's the cool thing about the 3080 that I have. I can actually bring it down to 70% TDP. So that would be 214, somewhere in there, 215. And I'll be getting 94 to 95 mega hash. However, it's not 24/7 stable. We need Nvidia to keep pumping out drivers and then go from there. Um, but it's still an interesting card, and it's already got a home. It's going to a wonderful home, a guy that's gonna put it to good use and play some Call of Duty and all kinds of games. But for right now, I'm going to continue my testing. I got some airflow data that I want to do, kind of leading off of what HashRaptor did with his airflow testing on GPU mining rigs. So stay tuned for that. Moving on, though, I want to go talk about Coinbase. Coinbase received over 1,800 requests for information from law enforcement in the first half of 2020, largely in the form of subpoenas, the company announced Friday in its transparency report.
And they will honor them. So that's the key thing. Like I don't care about the number of requests that they get. If they are actually doing it, then that's where there's a little bit of a problem privacy wise. But but if you sign up for Coinbase, that's what you get.
Indeed. And a lot of people that sign up for Coinbase, in my opinion, they do it because it's convenient. But then they're sacrificing privacy.
Yeah, I have Coinbase, but I don't use it anymore now that I've got enough fiat on ramp, into crypto. I'm good now. I haven't used Coinbase in forever.
I got some stored there, but yeah, I haven't touched it. When you do your nice hash withdrawals, do you do it to a private wallet or do you do it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. In addition to the criminal information requests, Coinbase received a number of civil or administrative requests from the government agencies for a total of 1,900 requests. So 1,900 requests already in the year of 2020. More than 1,100 of the requests came from the agencies in the United States, and 441 came from the United Kingdom. So UK is not safe. The majority of these requests came from the US FBI. So FBI wants to, they got to keep tabs on everybody. And if some people are using, crypto for dubious things, don't be using Coinbase if you're doing it for dubious things. But yeah, that's crazy to me. I have a feeling that more exchanges are going to have to, through regulation and future pressure from various governments throughout the world, are going to have to do the same thing and comply with requests from our governments and our, whatever countries, respective countries and stuff like that. But this is not shocking to me. I just want to make sure you guys understand that this is how many requests they already got in 2020. We're not done yet, so there will be more to come. Did you hear anything about the OKEx situation?
I heard didn't the leader get arrested? Is that what did I hear that correctly, or did I read that correctly? I thought that they were actually arrested.
Yeah. So Star Zoo, forgive me, Star, if I said that incorrectly, has been reportedly questioned by police. So he got taken into custody and questioned. The founder was questioned by authorities for previous to OKEx suspending cryptocurrency withdrawals. So the withdrawals were suspended, and authorities came in and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" All right, so Star has reportedly been questioned by the police Chinese news agency. I'm not going to even say that. According to the report, the executive was investigated at least a week ago and has also been absent from work for some time. When approached for comment about his participation with the police inquiry, OKEx told everybody that the exchange is no longer affiliate with OK Group, so OKEx, where Star is a senior executive and therefore was not in position to comment on his activities. The news comes shortly after OKEx suspended withdrawals for crypto assets on the platform. According to exchange OKEx, private key holders are cooperating with the Public Security Bureau in the ongoing investigation. Let's see here. So private key holders. So I'm guessing there's like a elite group of private key holders for that exchange, and they have to cooperate with the authorities. So
Yeah,
it's very
I think the way,
centralized.
I want to say I read something that said that there was only one, but here it's saying more than one.
We are unable to disclose the nature of the ongoing investigation, but would like to assure OKEx users that the funds are safe and that all of the other functions of the exchange are unaffected. As the world's leading exchange, all right, my phone's driving me nuts. As the world's leading exchange, user security is not something that OKEx can or will ever compromise on. We will do everything in our power to reinstate the service promptly and provide updates on the matter as soon as possible. So I don't use that exchange, but I believe that is a pretty big exchange. And leading from that, Bitcoin continues to move on. So a lot of people thought that Bitcoin was going to dump once the exchange was kind of put on hold, so to speak. But that is not the case. Bitcoin continued to sit at its levels. It didn't dump as hard as we were expecting. So the Bitcoin price lost some bullish energy, right? So we went from 11.7 to from earlier this week back down to where we are now. But we continue to drive sideways, and I don't think that we're going to see anything special unless we get some serious influx of cash, unless Savage Mine dumps it or pumps it. Several rejections at the 11.5 is concerning to me, because if we keep hitting that 11.5 range, which is where we're at now, getting close to, we may see a pullback, because every time we get rejected multiple times, as Jay from the DCA Adventure team, Trading with the View, would tell you, we will wind up having a pullback. The wave of negative news has pulled the majority of altcoins prices back, but that has not infected the Bitcoin momentum, which is what we want. We want Bitcoin to continue to strive. Altcoins will eventually follow, even if they did get a decent hit. The daily time frame signals that that losing 11.2 could open a door for the price to retest 11.1, which is what Coin360 is seeing, but not what the rest of the world is seeing, and level which resides at VPVR gap and would probably give way to a further drop to 10.9. Now, the VPVR, I'm not sure if you know too much about that. I'm not a TA expert, but I noticed that there's not a lot above the 12.2 range. So that means there's not a lot of resistance and support. So if we can break past that area, we could see the all-time high from 2019 of 14,000. But beyond that, it's all speculation. I'm not a TA expert, so I'm not going to say anything about that. What do you suspect the market will do? I know you don't like talking too much about trading, though.
Yeah, I don't, but I do know that from what I was reading that let me start off by saying that I think it's funny in a way to be talking about $100 and $200 moves of Bitcoin like as being significant, right? I mean, we're used to like $1,000 swings, right?
Right.
So I think that this comes from the consolidation. So there's been 2 weeks now, basically of up and down, like real narrow channel, right? I mean, is this 2 weeks worth I'm looking at here, or what am I looking at?
So let me go back to the 4-hour. And so if we say 2 weeks, we had this one channel where we were consolidating or trading sideways at the 11.2, 11.4, 11.5 range, and then the week before that, we were just sitting at the 10, 10.5, 10.7 range.
Okay, so it is almost $1,000 swing, but it's just funny to see like these analysts actually referring to $100 and $200 swings, because it's like, that's nothing to even, in my opinion,
to get
crypto, that's nothing to even refer to or talk about, right? But I did see where they were saying that if we can hold 11, let's see, what did they say? It was something like,
if we could hold 11.2,
we're probably going to go to 11 before breaking 12, I think is what I said or what I saw. So,
yeah. Although the current price action is disappointing to bulls, we want to see the retest of 12K. Taking a bird's eye view shows that there's multiple factors playing out in Bitcoin's favor. The recent Bitcoin BTC allocations are positive, especially considering the current economic uncertainties that exist as a result of the pandemic. And the pandemic's actually been playing a huge role in the traditional markets. And I said on a tweet post not too long ago that I don't want cryptocurrency to be correlated with the traditional markets, but because we got, in my opinion, these traders, day traders, and various people kind of playing both games, they're making it correlated.
Now, I
Um,
think that another big thing, I mean, I know we're not going to like get into politics or anything like that, but I guarantee you that a lot of this like hesitancy in getting into the market, they're going to wait on November 3rd. I think a lot of people are just kind of playing it out from now until then just to see what happens. So, at least in the US.
well, we got what? Early voting is actually what, the
21 days,
19th?
I think. It's 21 days, right? Something like that.
USA
It's not long.
early voting. I think I got a notice that early voting in Florida is about to go underway. Election day is the 3rd. We know that.
Yeah, 19th.
19th, October 19th. So we got 2 days till then. So I don't like to talk about politics either. If Miss Vega is still in the live chat, she likes to keep up with it, but I don't really like to. I keep up with it because we as citizens need to be informed of the political atmosphere, various representatives, stuff like that, and the best way to take charge of your community and state and country is to go out and vote. If you don't vote, you're not helping. But I don't like all the negativity that's been going around throughout the years. There's a lot of backstabbing and all that stuff. I really don't like that type of
Yeah,
atmosphere.
it's really bad. It's
Hmm.
really awful.
We need to be united as a world, in my opinion. I'm not trying to get all religious or anything like
New
that with
world
you guys.
order.
But I mean, we were on path as a world to be like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this. All right, for example, I had this conversation with, and we'll move on to the AMD RX 6000 series here in a second. But rare earths, I hope you guys know what that is. Rare earths, metals specifically, are primarily used in a lot of electronics, believe it or not, right? So we got GPUs, your cell phone, stuff like that. Rabid Mining, thank you for stopping by. And I hope if you're done with these GPUs that you would sell it in the secondhand market, or if you're done with your electronics, you would sell it in the secondhand market. But if they're bad, recycle it. Don't just throw it in the trash. Recycle it because it is cheaper to mine rare earths, which does more it has a worse environmental impact on the world than it is to recycle it. But there's a place here, actually, Savage Mine. There's a place here in Jacksonville that's leading the way in recycling rare earths. They're finding a more economical way to refine and recycle these rare earths, which is a good thing because we need to make it cheaper. Otherwise, the bigger companies that mine these rare earths, like cobalt's used in a lithium ion battery, so Teslas, right? Those
Right.
battery packs. So we got EV cars, cell phones, all the usual electronics that we're used to using these rare earths and materials. And as a world, we need to find better, more efficient ways to do this stuff. That's one of my biggest concerns. I mean, it won't happen in our lifetime per se, maybe in our kids' lifetime, but resources are going to get more constrained. I mean, look at the fuel situation. About 5, 6 years ago, we were told we have 50 years left of crude oil. Um, so we got to get renewable energy, which is why I want to go solar. Are you trying to get solar on your house or no?
I haven't looked into it. Not
I,
really.
I want to get a new roof and I want to go solar. And just like you, with all the wiring, which you've been doing a great job with your, you call it the Savage Mine Vault, right?
Yeah, well, the vault is where the rigs are, and then there's a whole other closet that's like the network center, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have a name for it. It's just where all the networking stuff is.
Just call it the NOC. That
Yeah,
stands for
the
Network Operations Center.
yeah.
Call it. We have a NOC at my job, but you've been doing a great job with that, and I want to do some wiring of my own. But I'm waiting for the winter to come or cooler temperatures to come because I'm going to run the wire, from the garage to where my mining rigs are. Because remember that situation I had where the
The
1200
power.
watt power supply was tripping the breaker, but
Yeah.
then we put it in my room in the main system that you guys are watching us on, and it works just fine. So I'm not sure what the issue with that is, but I do notice that the Sonic power supplies is got something funky going on with it. So I wonder if I got it from a third party vendor or something.
You want to get like a 30 amp 240? Is that what you're looking at doing?
Yeah, I want to get a 30 amp. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up the parts list real quick and show you guys since we got time. Do you
I actually
know?
did a video. I recorded the whole thing, but I am really unsatisfied with the way that I did it. I need to do it like vlog style or vlog style, and I didn't do it like that, and I it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't like the way it turned out. So I was actually looking at redoing it and doing it vlog style and cutting it, and making it, make sense. Because the way that I did it, it really just doesn't. I don't. It's hard to explain, but I just don't like the way I filmed it.
It
And
that happens sometimes.
yeah,
Well, I mean, try to if you can edit it, great. If not, you're gonna have to redo it. What
yeah,
if you know what I noticed? If you film something and it doesn't come out the way you want, take off the audio, throw some music on it, and then scrunch the timeline down. So speed it
right,
up, so it's like a time lapse almost.
yeah.
Um, but Rabid Mining, yes, I would love solar as well. But I got to do my roof first. Just bought this house. It's time for a new roof. Once I get the roof done, then I'm gonna go solar. But it's a significant investment. It's something I definitely want to do. On screen right now, Savage is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So it's just a 30 amp Siemens breaker, dual pole. It's 10-2 wire because the switch, the Leviathan 2620 30 amp, it's only three. It's to ground. What is it? A ground, a black, and
Yeah, and you got your return or neutral and feed.
right.
Yeah, hot. So
So hot, neutral, and ground.
yeah, um, yeah, like you don't need the GFCI. I mean, you might not. I don't know about that particular circuit, but you probably just need what kind of a panel do you have and stuff. So that's where you would start. You probably already did this research, but
I have the picture of it with the video. So I wanted to get a ground fault circuit interrupter only because of like just in case when you're not at home and something
right,
goes
right, okay,
astray, it trips. But I can get just a regular 30 amp, no GFI.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was just thinking, make sure that you match it up to your current cabinet, your wiring panel, right? Make sure it matches that panel.
Yeah.
As far as that hardware goes. But that's like the first thing you got to check to make sure it's going to fit, because you certainly don't want to put one in there that doesn't fit. But yeah, that's the same equipment that I got. I mean, basically
And
for
it
my
gets the job done. One of my friends was asking me, why don't you go 10-3? And a 10-3 is the difference is
you don't have to.
you
Yeah,
don't have to, right? You don't have to, but the difference is think of a dryer outlet, right? You got the old school three prong, which is what the Leviathan 2620 basically is, except the prongs are different. And then you have the new school four prong, um, and the I used to have the dryer wired up. It was four wires. It was a 10-3, but it was wired up to be the old school three prong. So the ground was just literally grounded on something, which is fine, but it's not exactly the safest thing to do. So I want to do it, and I want to do it right. What about conduit? Do I need to run the wire? If I run the wire through the attic,
no,
I don't need any conduit or anything.
no. As long as it's Romex, as long as you got like what you're showing right here,
Right.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And whenever I ran mine, I did staple it in some places to the
Rafters and
joists and all
stuff.
that,
Yeah.
the rafters. But you don't even have to do that to be like compliant and not violate uh, our policies. So, but what you can do if you like, for us, what we want to do as miners, or even if you're just installing an outlet, it's kind of like, okay, so what am I going to use this outlet for, right? So like we are going to look at our PDUs. What are we trying to connect? Like that's what the key component is. Like, what are you trying to plug in? Then you start at the outlet, which you did. You've got the same 30 amp outlet that I have, and then you go, okay, so this type of outlet is going to support the PDU that I plan on using for the rigs. And then you just go back from there. That's kind of like the right way to do it. Like you start at the device that you want to connect and then go back. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
What
so you only
PDU
need
are
you
you
only
running?
need 10.2, but if you did run 10.3, like maybe in the future you're going to go super huge and get a different type of outlet, a different type of device. The thing that comes to mind at first, not on the power supply side, but like a welder, right? If you were going to connect a welder to it, which you wouldn't be, in this case. But point being, that's where you would go ahead and run a 10.3 and just cap the third wire, right? So just cap it on both ends. That way, if you did want to in the future upgrade to a different outlet, then you could. But in our case, 10.2, throw that L6, was it L6R, whatever
Yeah.
outlet on there and be done with it. 30 amp, you're good.
What kind of PDU are you using?
I have that APC. I have a rack PDC PDU it's that really long one. It's like 6 feet long. so,
Okay, it's like
so
the
it's like
trip
in the
light, but different
yeah,
manufacturer.
it's APC. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know if maybe.
I'll get with you on that. I'll get with you on that. I need to get a PDU, but I'm not going to go too crazy because I only plan on supporting only so many rigs in that general area. But max voltage says in Chicago, conduit is required, but here in Florida, I believe it's not. As long as we... Oh, you're showing us the rig. I see it. Let me see. How can I focus you?
Yeah, so that's the PDU back there in the back.
Hang on. Keep the camera right there. I'm making it a little bit bigger for everybody. Yeah, I see the PDU, and I see you got the switch where you wanted, the one we were talking about, the network switch.
Yeah, I haven't ran like the custom cables or anything yet, but it's just sitting there.
Okay.
Everything's connected, and I haven't had that disconnect problem that I was having with the wireless. So I'm super happy about that.
That's cool. Are you eventually going to build another rig where that monitor is at?
Yeah, maybe.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of waiting on things to pan out with all new hardware coming out and stuff. So, which we're going to talk about. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of in a holding pattern at the moment.
Stay tuned on Savage Mine's channel, which I'll link in the live chat eventually. Let's see here. Rabid Mining says, I just put in my own 30 amp double pole for 240 volt with a Leviathan 30 amp L6 plug, made that Space Goats meter and a Trip Light PDU. I want the Space Goats meter, by the way. Trip Light PDU,
cool.
10.2, but the hardware store guy said I needed 10.3. Yeah, 10.2 is all you need for that plug. Can't find... Techman says I can't find a rack mount 30 amp PDU input with monitoring and metered switch for under $600. Yeah, that's the key thing, is under $600.
Yeah, this one's not monitored. It is metered, and you can access it across the network and stuff, but it's not there's no monitoring, which I hate, because I really wanted the monitoring. Because if you look back there, I've got all those for the shared rigs. I have to be able to monitor the power because they're just not mine, right? So there's other people that purchase it. So in order for me to look at the profits based on percentage of ownership, I have to know specifically how much electricity each rig consumes. So you can see back there, I have those, they TP Link, smart monitoring. You can see them kind of hanging back there off the
I
PDU.
have the same thing, the smart switches to where you can monitor the draw.
Yep. So yeah, I would love to have a PDU that has that built into it, but yeah, like you said, they're just super expensive.
I've seen it's not a PDU, but I've seen the surge protector that has the kilowatt meter built into it, but that's not going to handle the power draw that you put through it. Mr. PCB guy says he has a Nerd Gears PDU, which is on screen right now. I actually wanted to get this, but because I wasn't ready for it, I didn't buy it, and now it's sold out. I found this on Amazon too, but then they became overpriced and sold out, so I haven't been able to get one. But it also has, if you look on it, um, a breaker built into it, a 30 amp breaker
Right.
built into the PDU on top of the breaker you would be connecting to. I would love to have got it, but I'm out of it. But Nerd Gear's still going strong on
I
his
got
website.
this. I got this PDU for like $80. The one that
That's
you're
not
looking.
bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I'll definitely have to, but see, I need to get the wiring done first. Definitely need to get the wiring done first. Which will be coming this winter, and then I'll time lapse it for you guys. I use the Samsung Smart Plugs too, Tech Man. That's what I have. I have 2 Samsung Smart Plugs, and I like it because on my phone, which I threw across the room, I can monitor the kilowatt hours and everything, which is pretty nice. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about AMD. AMD RX 6000 series is looking a little bit impressive, but nothing that's gonna blow my socks off. Let me know in the comments or in the live chat what you guys think. But it's supposedly gonna be equal to the RTX 3080, equal to or right less than, depending on the title and everything. I think it's gonna be more efficient, but under the 3080 as far as mining performance goes. Maybe gaming performance will be a little bit different, but we'll have to see. All these articles that we're looking at in this live stream is going to be in the description. I'm adding them as we go. Savage Mind, do you have your chart? Let me see if I can pull up your chart. Have you updated your chart, your
Yeah.
data?
I threw a 6900 XT from was it Tech Power Up, like their database with the data from that, as far as the memory bus width and all that stuff that you use to calculate potential ETH hash.
Do I have? I'm about to show it on screen. Let me know if I have the outdated one. Is this the outdated one, or
No,
is
that's
this
it.
the? That's it.
That's it. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
down there at the bottom, you can see the 6900 XT. So based on like calculations, it's looking like 64 mega.
Mega hash, and that's mining Ethereum.
Yeah, yeah, ETH hash. Now, the thing to really note though is that you mentioned it earlier is the efficiency, because we don't know what the power draw is going to be, you know, to get that right. Yes,
Right.
it's got a 300 TDP, but I mean
That
if
doesn't
it
mean that's where it's going to be running.
right, I mean if it gets down into like the 160, 170, maybe even I don't know, maybe even a little bit lower than that, and still able to do 64 mega hash, and that might be a good card, for mining. I don't know. I think the price point is going to be lower than a 3080, right? Is that what they're looking at?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah, no telling,
but
man.
but rumors have it that it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Like, all right, so AMD increased the prices on the Zen 3 chips because why? Well, they're killing it. They're doing better. Intel doesn't have a response. They're killing it. So they increased it. It's not much, but they increased it. So I'm wondering if Radeon is also going to have increased pricing compared to what we're speculating or thinking. And again, we don't have the final results, but on the 28th of this month, we will have a reveal. And Doge Lord, you have been added. Um, all right, so let me see here.
I think it's also possible that, because I believe in that address where they like teased it, they didn't mention which card they were actually demonstrating,
Right.
right? So it could be a situation where there is something way
Better?
better
Yeah.
that, that they're
I,
going to release. They're keeping it under wraps because I think they might have learned their lesson from the last debacle with the supers and all that stuff that happened with Nvidia and all those releases that happened last year. So I don't know. Could be something huge.
I think they're gonna do. They may not blow our doors away with the mining performance. They're gonna blow our doors away with the efficiency. I think is where
Right.
it's gonna be.
Right. Which is
Um,
which is just as good. I mean, it's almost the same thing. If you look at the cost of the card, the efficiency for mining. That's what we care about, or at least that's what we should care about, which is why the 3090 is not something that we'll care about on the
Right.
mining side.
And look at the Borderlands 4K performance. It's a little bit above the 3080. So if we take that concept, now the 3080 has 10 gigabytes of GDDR6X, and then the 6000 series, at least at the top of the stack, I guess you could say, the 6900 XT, is going to have 16 gigs, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
So with more memory, I think that 64 range is pretty good. I think that 64 range, we might even be able to hit. I think if you know how Bitsby Trippin Carter does some testing where it's like he does no adjustments whatsoever. So he doesn't underclock, he doesn't overclock, he just leaves it stock out of the box, pops it in, it draws all the juice it wants. I think if you did it in that setting, we could actually hit 72, 75 mega hash.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when you start tuning it and dropping the efficiency, I think you're right on the mark between a 210 to 180 watts is the power draw, 210 to 180, and sitting around that 64 to 62 range mega hash, which I mean compared to the 5700 XT, that's not much. But then what happens if Igor's lab and his team comes out with another mem mod or BIOS hack, and the next thing you know, we're getting 90 mega hash, but at 250 watts. What are you putting in there? We're putting in some numbers.
So if it gets,
That's cool that you're editing that. I'm seeing it on screen real time. Let me check chat while you're doing that. Michael, well, nothing too big. Just that the market's been sitting around this 11.4 range. We talked a little bit about Coinbase, getting requests from the government, data requests to kind of keep an eye on people. OKEx, suspending withdrawals, and the market just not really caring about that whatsoever. And then a little bit of hardware talk, talking about solar mining, what our plans are, how I plan on running some new wiring and stuff like that, what we need, if we need conduit in Florida, which we don't, but conduit is required in other states. So check if you do run some wiring through your household with your local and state law. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so you got some more numbers in there speculating on what we got.
I was just throwing some data in here so that we can look at the mega hash per watt and the mega hash per watt at 100% TDP and then at 70% TDP. So that's just what I was kind of looking at there. It looks like if you could get 70 mega hash at 180 watts, then that would be still only be 0.33 mega hash per watt, and that's at 70%. Oh wait, that's at 210. So
what's the golden number?
I don't know, like 4 or 5.
4 or 5, like somewhere 0.4 something.
Yeah, like mid 4s, I think is pretty good.
Well, I mean, if it's equal to the 3080 and it's going to be more efficient than the 3080, and that's all speculation. It has more memory. It has the bus. What is the bus? Is it 392 or 356?
It's 256, isn't it?
Let me see. Let's see if we can find it.
And see, that's the key.
Yeah.
That bus width.
All right. Sorry for the dinging and donging in your ears, guys. Hang on one second. 256.
Yeah, 256. GDDR6, G6, not 6X.
And I wonder about that. Why did they not go 6X instead of?
I think 6X is kind of like an exclusive with Nvidia, right?
That's like interesting.
I think it's an exclusive license deal, I guess. I don't know.
Abdul was asking AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT settings. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but yeah, Savage, do you have that in this chart of yours?
I don't know.
The 5700?
Probably closed it. Let's see here, 5700.
No, you don't.
I don't have any. Wait, there we go.
We need to get the 5700.
Up at the top. Up at the top. I just didn't have it scrolled up.
Oh, okay, there we go. And that's 0.37. 0.26. What do you have the mega hash at? You have 59, right? Yeah, 225. That wattage, though, well, actual wattage mining 120. That's about right. Very interesting.
Yeah, so the TDP there, that column K is the actual from the specs, right? So that's like what the TDP says it is, and then I've got the column I for the actual mining wattage, so that you can play with the numbers and stuff.
Yeah, I like this. I really like this chart.
I'm gonna sort it by mega hash per watt.
So it's why did they do a 250? Please tell me they didn't do a 256, guys. Why would they do 256?
And whenever we were talking about that before, that's kind of what I was referring to. I'm like, as far as mining goes, your key component is the memory bus width and the band
and the memory bandwidth.
Those are the two things, you know. And I was looking at it, I'm like, this is not great. This doesn't look awesome to me, you know. Because you look at the Radeon 7, it's like sick, but that's HBM2. I get that, but still, it's like a sick amount of bandwidth, you know, which is why it gets such good hash rate.
Compute units. It does. Wait a second. It does have double the compute units of the 5700 XT. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
So even though the bandwidth might be limited,
yeah, you're probably going to see, you know. I would imagine that some of the computing power will speed it up. But one of the things that they were talking about was that infinity cache and all that stuff, that's not going to help with mining.
No, you know, it's not. It's like RT cores on a 3080. Ray tracing cores and tensor cores doesn't help with mining.
And it would be awesome if they could figure out a way of using all that stuff, but it's just not.
Right.
So this was just this is a solid, hey, we don't give a shit about crypto miners. That's what this was.
Right. This is all about the gaming community.
Yeah. Which, you know, I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But, you know, it'd be nice for them to throw us a bone at some point.
So Rabid Mining says 0.58 mega hash per watt. And according to your chart, which again may not have every single one, guys.
Yeah, some of them are missing that.
The 5600 and the 5700 are up there as far as.
So I've got it sorted. Actually, let me sort it the other way. Hang on.
There's 0.49 on the 5700. You said 0.58.
That's a little better. Okay. Once it updates, it'll be a little bit better. Yeah. So now the 3070 Ti is at the top, but that's only because there's no data up there. So let me hide that one. There you go.
And then the 5600 XT would be at the top there.
Yeah, I don't have 5600.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just brainstorming.
He's saying the 5600 XT was 50 something?
Yeah, 0.58.
Oh, wow.
So there's a BIOS mod for it that lets it get 44 mega hash. But what's the power draw on that? Does anybody know in chat? The power draw for the RX 5600 XT? 95 watts. Techman is very unlikely that you have 95 watts at the wall at that hash rate with the 5600 XT. Techman said something. Let me see here. So he has 5600 XT. He says 0.45 mega hash per watt, but Rabid said 0.58. So I guess, you know what? I'm going to go watch Bitsby Trippin's data or go check him out after stream, and I'll get with you on Savage so we can see if we can add that to your chart.
Yeah, 0.58 is huge.
Really high.
Yeah, that's really
high.
I mean, it's awesome. If you can get it, that's awesome.
Hang on a second. What did I get? Did I even post it? I should have posted it on my Reddit post. Let me check something real quick. But that was
he's probably got his spreadsheet shared with me. Let me see.
Here you go, Savage. This is what I got on day 1. But I was only getting 40 mega hash at 120 watts. This is opening day. This is unmodified in AMD drivers, just really crappy, no BIOS mod, no nothing. And the 5600 and the Red BIOS editor team and Igor's lab have done a lot of great things. That's why they're able to get 44. So let's say they got 44 mega hash, but pulling 115 watts. There's your number, 115 watts, 44 mega hash. Does that help you put anything in?
Yeah, feed me the numbers. Let's see here.
That's a lot of, these guys are throwing a lot of useful data at us. Thank you, guys.
Oh, I hit it. So what is it? AMD 5600 XT is what we're talking about?
Yeah, the 5600 XT.
All right. The mega hash was how much?
44 mega hash with the BIOS mod.
Yeah, I need to have a column on here for like BIOS mod or not. All right, and then we got
120. Let's say 115 watts. All right, guys, just real quick shout out while Savage Mind is doing this. Doge Lord has officially hosted SerpentX Special Forces merch. Chris Anderson's actually got the link in there if you guys are interested. There's plenty of great collections on here on dogelord.com if you want to check that out. Aeon's on here now. Heck yeah. Open Application Network Aeon collection is also added to it. I'm going to drop the link as well in for my Discord if you guys want to join. It's a fresh Discord. I still need to get some things done. And then Chris Anderson will go ahead and post the link to the SerpentX collection in the live chat if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. Got some shirts, got some ideas. This one is kind of a spin-off of Get Excited and Make Things. It's Get Involved and Mine Crypto. I'm going to try to come up with some other designs, some unique designs, and we'll constantly update the store when I can. Now, Savage Mine, do you have it added yet? Nope.
Some of it.
Some of it. Okay.
I'm working on it. So the TDP looks like it's
TDP.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. 150 watts.
Three 125 wall. Yeah, this was all at the very, very beginning. This is old data. And I don't have a 5600 XT to update the threads anymore. So we got the 3070 launching October 29th. And then we have on the 28th AMD announcement. It may not be at the actual launch. It might be the announcement for the Radeon RX 6000 series GPU. If you were to get a Radeon 6000 series live chat, which one would it be? Which one do you think you would buy? Really cool thing I'll talk about real quick while we, well, I guess hang out, is I'm excited about this. So AMD joins Nvidia and Intel with enabling AV1 hardware acceleration on Radeon RX 6000 series. May not be so significant for you guys, but it looks promising for me. So with Microsoft confirming this in like one of their updates or patches to Windows, AMD is going to be supporting AV1 Video Codec, which promises to offer up to 50% better compression than H.264, 20% better than VP9. Microsoft confirmed that AMD Radeon RX 6000 series will support the AO Media Video 1 hardware acceleration, according to the Alliance for Open Media and Netflix. The AV1 codec is 20% more efficient at compressing the video files than VP9 and 50% more than X264. AV1 offers 34% higher data compression than the VP9, and AMD joins the ranks of Nvidia and Intel with the Iris Z graphics. So we're gonna have better encoding, decoding. We're gonna have better decoding with GPU acceleration with AV1. I'm excited for it because when I was trying to do some content with the RX 5700, I noticed some issues. Check chat here. So Michael Peterson says 43 mega hash for the 5600 XT at 95 watts at the wall. So he actually has a lower wattage than what I was speculating beforehand. I think the actual mega hash / watt, I think that's actually, last time I saw it, if I can go deep into my brain, I think it was 0.43. But I don't know what that changes everything else to. Where did I see that? I can't remember where I saw that. My money is on 110 per watt when tweaked. Okay, so then I am about right, 115. 110 per watt when BIOS tweaked. If you're talking about Abdul, if you're talking about Tribus, I'm not entirely sure because I don't mind that. I used to when I was on Zergpool. If you're talking about the Tribus one, but yeah, I was mining it with the, what was it? The Acorn, the Squirrel Acorn, but I also did mining with regular GPUs as well. Well, Savage Mind left us. He's pointed us towards the PDU.
I'm here. I'm just
I'm just
working on the spreadsheet. I'm just plugging in data. That's all. I'm slow.
Let's see what's going on today. What time is Red Panda coming on live? All right, he's got a stream at 1 p.m., which is an hour from now where we're currently at. And then we have DCA Adventure going live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Figure that out whatever time it is for you. We should probably move our morning show to like a 12 p.m. maybe to get some more views and be on right before Red Panda, unless we stream all the way, to the 1 p.m. mark, which I don't think I'm gonna do, but we'll see. There's a lot of people sitting in there chilling already, man. He's got 20 people waiting, just sitting there.
They're bots.
They're bots. There's some of them. Techman's in there. He's supporting both channels.
I'm just kidding.
Most of them are bots, though. They're Russian bots. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Nothing against the Russians. I'm just saying. Well, damn. So the 5600 XT and the 5700 XT right now are killing it as far as my mining profitability and efficiency. The 6000 series should be equal to, if not the same, in that category. Just what is the hash rate is a different story. Why wouldn't the 6000 series hit 70 mega hash or above? Why wouldn't it hit it? Well, the bus, okay. The bandwidth's, like 520-ish. Yeah. It could hit it, but how efficient is it going to do it? Techman gets 42.5 mega hash. So we're in the ballpark.
All right, I think all the data is in there now.
All right.
Scroll back and forth between.
So we got the price range set at 279.
Which that's just launch date. I don't know what they are right now.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
RX 5600 XT. They probably went up because once bits be tripping, everybody started talking about how efficient it was at mining. I'm pretty sure a lot of people bought it. Well, you can still get it. You could get the mech at 279, which I wouldn't get.
Yeah, that one's the one with the thermal problem, right?
Yeah. On the 5700s, maybe they improved it. I'm not sure. The ASRock Challenger 2, which, by the way, ASRock, I've been trying to get a hold of you, and I really want to test the Pro. I want to test the ASRock Challenger Pro and see what you changed between the regular Challenger and it, because you did a crappy job on the regular Challenger. Please let me prove myself wrong by sending me a card. So the ASRock Phantom is 279. So yeah, the 279, 280 mark is pretty much on spot.
Are there any of them on the secondary market? Like eBay or anything like
I'm
that?
sure, but I hate eBay now. I don't even want to look at eBay. Those scalpers really urge me. Yeah, so
Let's see if there's like
185, 250, 289, 212,
yeah,
259.
not much of a difference.
Yeah. I mean, would you well, that's not bad.
That's a good price right there.
If you could catch this at the right time, it's 5 days away, but if you catch it at the right time, that's pretty good.
I love the look of those MSI cards, but yeah, they've got a little bit of a stain on them now.
Well,
It's
they remind me of the Ventus. I have the 1660 Ti Ventus, but they obviously don't perform the same. They perform pretty meh. But yeah, the 5600 XT, you got the price pretty much spot on. Yeah, maybe you could get it for a little bit cheaper. So calculated 36, 44.
right. So like if you look at this, okay, so if the calculated amount is showing 36, that's based on memory bus width and bandwidth, right? So you can actually get more than that, more than what's calculated, and there's probably a percentage that you could use there to apply it to the 6900 or the 6000 series to kind of get a good estimate of about what we should expect to see. So it says what the calculations are showing 60 something, right?
Yeah, but look at like the 5700 has 40 compute units. I think the compute units are really going to come in for something. I don't know because look, the 5600 XT only has 36. The 5700 XT only has 40, and this thing is going to have 80. So it's double.
Right.
All right. Now let's look at the bandwidth you were looking for. Right here. So 336 versus the 518. We saw 518 on one of these articles.
Let me make sure I got that number right then. Hang on. Because I was going off of Tech Power Up, I think.
Well, that probably is the best one. We should probably look at the Tech Power Up database. Let me go there and look at the database again. Database, GPU BIOS database, 5600.
Yeah, I'm showing 288 as the bandwidth.
Yeah, so 288 is what you're seeing. What did I say?
That was like 3 something.
Oh, that's the max. That's the max memory bandwidth.
All right.
So that's if you're overclocking it.
Right. Okay. Which we have to consider because the calculations are not overclocked.
And look at the bus. 192 instead of 256. And look, they actually have it added. Hey, look at that. Wow. Hang on a second.
That's brand new. That was not there just earlier today. That was
they just added that. Okay, so this is the 6700. Let me see if we can find.
Ooh, look at that. The bandwidth was 384.
Oh, there it is. The 6900. It's added. Oh.
Yeah, the 6900 was there earlier today, but the 6700
was not. Okay.
12 gig.
192 bit.
384
gigabyte. Versus 256 and 512 on the 5900 XT. And then here's the 5600 XT. So 192. So that's the same bandwidth at the 6700, right?
Same bus.
Yep. Same memory bus. And then bandwidth 288 versus 384. So it's 100 more. So the 5700 XT should get 54 mega hash, 51 mega hash.
The 6700?
The 6700, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Holy crap. Okay,
where's
so that's
the compute units. It has 40 compute units, so it's the same as the 5700 XT. Basically.
Yeah, they're going to have to kill it with the efficiency, but still, those numbers look really good as far as mining goes. Ethash mining.
Right, 6 gigabytes. Memory clock 1500 megahertz. What's the memory clock on this? Do they show it? Ooh, 2000. That's clock speed. Where's memory clock? No, it is memory clock. 16 gigabits per second effectively. 16 gigabits, 12 gigabits effectively. Interesting. Very interesting.
So this is a 6700 XT, right? Is what we're looking at.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the 6700 XT, 6900, and the 5600. But yeah, the 6700 XT should be 52, 51 mega hash. And it's going to come with 16 giga. Wait, how much memory is going to come with it? 12 gigabytes?
Yeah, top right.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. These guys are having a full-blown conversation in live chat right now. Full-blown. Michael and Techman are just like, what are you using? I don't know. What are you using? Let's do this. What about this?
All right, what's the TDP? We got 350.
Yeah. 350. Suggested PSU is 350. TDP is 150 for the 6700. 150, which compared to the 5600.
60. Oh wow.
6700 XT is 150 TDP.
Wow. Okay.
Does that change things?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Even the 5600 XT is TDP of 150.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be a 5600 XT with a whole lot more memory. We'll double the memory, right? We're going from 6 to 12. The same memory bus, 192, but increased bandwidth and increased memory clock.
All right, so we got 12 gig, GDDR6. Bus width was 192.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Rabid.
1 8-pin, 2 slot, Navi 10. This is Navi 22. RDNA 2. Seven nanometer.
The 6900 XT. Let me find the 5700.
What was the core?
The core what? Clock?
Core clock?
2000 megahertz boost, 1489 megahertz base.
2000 boost, 2000. And then the effective was 16 gigabit? 16?
Yeah, gigabits per second.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Remember, it's gigabits per second, guys, not gigabytes. There's a difference.
Yeah. All right, so the data on the 6700 XT on the spreadsheet should be pretty close right now.
All right.
I mean, there's not much there because we don't know what the hash rate is and stuff, but
why don't you go ahead and put in, for the hash rate, go ahead and do me a favor, put in 52, and let's see what that changes.
Yeah, so that brings it up to 0.5.
Yes.
Yeah, that's solid, man. That's solid.
Yes. Good. Good.
That's at 105 watts. If you can get it to 70% TDP, yeah.
Right. I think it's gonna suck a little bit more juice, but because of the efficiency, it should bring it not too much higher. The 5600 XT is basically the same, 105 watts. Like 8 to 15% with the gold PSU. All right, you guys are still talking about power supplies. Yes, power supplies are a big part of what makes your mining rig efficient, which is why you want to get an 80 plus, well, gold, platinum, silver. Just don't get 80 plus and that's it. You don't want the white one. Okay. So then the 6900 XT, which is, did you remove it? No, it's right here. Okay, here we go. So we're guesstimating 70.33, 210 watts. Imagine if that 210 was like 160, 175.
Yeah, so like if you look over there to the left, you've got where it says actual mining wattage, column I there. There's a 180 right there. So like that would be the wattage. And then at 180, you would be looking at 0.39.
It was not bad.
Not terrible.
That's not bad at all.
But that 0.5 is awesome.
Yeah, it is. If the 60,
$45.
so you think the 6700 XT would be the better mining card to buy
Yeah,
because
I
of the
mean,
pricing?
yeah, based on that, man, the 6900 XT might be, yeah, it might be, or the 6700 XT might be sick.
We don't even know the pricing of these cards yet, do we?
No, that's what I was saying. I think that I want to say they were saying that the 6900 was going to be less than the 3080. If I remember correctly, that's what they were saying or speculating. So I don't know.
There's no way. The 6900 XT could cost $500. There's no way. I think they're going to charge more than that, dude. I think they're going to
Yeah,
charge like
wow.
600, 650. Oh, wait, here's another article. But that was in June. Yeah, we don't know yet. So we're going to have to wait to the 28th. Hang on. Trusted reviews. I trust you. Not really. The 28th.
You can
Where's the
definitely
pricing?
trust our channel, man. We're
Price. I want to know price.
trustworthy.
Price. Where's the price? You're not telling me anything.
Yeah, it says price and then doesn't put the price in there.
Right. October 28th. Yeah, we know that.
There we go.
Site the same.
Oh, it's in pounds.
Yeah, but the Nvidia 3080 RX costs. So we should expect AMD to follow suit in the ballpark, potentially even undercut the competition. So the 3080 is $700. So they're expecting, like a 650 for the 6900 XT, and then 450 for the 6700 XT. But yeah, till the 28th comes, that's just all speculation.
What
But
is the 5700 XT right now? Are they 400?
they're about 400. Yeah.
Okay. The
RX.
6700 XT,
I think it would be five. I think it would be
499
550,
probably. Yeah.
500 for the 6700 XT, and then 600 to 650 for the 6900 XT. That's my speculation. Why are they selling this card for $600? What is wrong with people? Do not buy a 5700 XT for $600. All right, there you go. So 359, 389, 399. Yeah,
Yeah,
about
they're
four
probably
hundred
going to drop
bucks.
I would imagine their prices will drop a little bit,
When the
between now.
6000 series comes out.
Yeah.
Could you imagine picking up a 5700 XT for like 280?
That would
Dude,
be sick. Or a
8 card rig.
5600 XT for like under 200. That would
Yeah,
be insane.
that'd be good. That'd be good times right there. Any
Yeah, I'm looking
questions in the
forward to
live chat?
it. So that's probably why I'm waiting to build another rig.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting
Kind of
because
makes
I don't have
sense.
enough power. I am gonna get one of the AMD cards. I don't know which one I'm gonna get yet. I am gonna get one of the AMD cards, but I don't have enough power. I need to get power in this location before I can build a whole nother rig. But I got one AMD. I got 2 more slots on the Nvidia rig because I sold some cards. And I still got to get the 8 GPU rig from you, the frame.
Yep.
So I still got room for AMD, but I need to build it up. Double the demand, the 580s back in the day. Yeah, I'm still surprised the RX 580s are still kicking so well. They're
It's
just
such a good card, man. Golly. For mining anyway.
you shouldn't be paying $200 for one, but they're still
No,
good.
no. 120, 125, even maybe 150 for some of the better ones.
Yeah, here's a good one right here.
Yep.
PowerColor.
Yeah,
But I don't like really
145.
buying. I don't like buying from eBay too much, even though that is the cheapest place to go. If you know how to haggle and question, you always want to question the seller. But I got a 590, and then I got a RX 5700, and it needs a brother and a sister to be added to that rig. So I look forward to either adding the 6900 XT if it becomes an affordable price, or the 6700 XT if it becomes affordable. Matter of fact, I'm going to add the 6700 XT that was just added to Tech Power Up into the live chat for you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much on par with what I was thinking. There's our data and our results. Does anybody have any questions in the live chat?
For the 6700 XT, that's a little bit better than I was expecting. So that's solid. That's promising.
Yeah, Canadian pricing is insane. I'm surprised that some people over in Canada are paying 2200 CAD for an RTX 3080 or 3090. Is it 3090? 3090. So, but I got a 3080. I got some testing I need to do for it. I want to look at the ray tracing performance in some certain titles. I already tested it against the regular 2080, not the super. I want to do some airflow testing, and then I will be shipping it off to a good home. Still got some. I got some mining data for you guys. If anybody hasn't caught up with this channel in a while, let me move myself out the way. But if you are interested in what the mining performance is, there is a post that I've been updating on a regular basis for the RTX 3080. I got some of the popular algos and some of the lesser algos, so just compare and contrast and go from there. Put that in the live chat. Scroll up if you want to join the Discord, because I don't post the Discord anywhere else. So if you do want to join the Discord, please scroll up and click it and join the Discord, because I'm not going to post it on any other sources because I don't want bots and craziness to happen. So anyways, do you think Ethereum is going to continue to be the top coin to mine for a good hot minute?
Yeah, I do. They had their testnet crash again, I guess. So I don't know if that's going to
Be implemented.
push back, ETH 2.0 implementation. But again, I mean, we've talked about this before, where I think we still have two full years before there's full on staking only on Ethereum. And even then, do we know for sure that there's not going to be a proof of work part of it? I don't know. Things can change in 2 years. A lot can change. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think phase 1.5 is really where we need to keep an eye on the project as a miner. Like, even if you're not dived in, or you haven't dove into the Ethereum ecosystem, keep an eye for phase 1.5. Because of phase 1.5, I think I did a video on that. Yeah, I did a video on this. On phase 1.5, there's going to be two chains. There's going to be the proof of work chain and the proof of stake chain. And believe it or not, when they first implement that, there's going to be some inflation. So I wonder how that's going to affect the mining profits as they move forward. Then eventually they're going to tie the two chains in together, and then ETH 2.0 will actually be finalized. But yeah, I think it's 2-3 years out. So it's nothing to worry about right now. So stack that ETH. Do you have, and I don't want to, well, I guess this isn't a question I should ask on live. I was going to ask, do you have 32 ETH so you can stake? But that's information that we don't want to provide to the general public, so never mind.
I could have.
I could have.
I'll put it that way.
I could.
But I mean, there's going to be those pools where you can combine with other users. Right now, we brought that up before too, where it ends up being a little bit of because you're basically going to turn over your ETH to a third party, kind of, right, to manage that. Like, for example, if I've got 10 ETH, you've got 10, and Crypto Mikkel has 10, and then Nemesis has 2, then right, we could combine all those to do one node, right? And but again, someone has to hold those individual keys. It would be neat if they come up with a way of getting around that where you still maintain your own keys, but I don't know if they can do that or
not. Right. I haven't seen Carter talk about it recently, but I really like his breakdowns and analysis of the overall project. I think he goes to those meetings as well.
Yep.
What's up with this ETH and ETH4G? What's in mine? I know that's for the 4 gig cards.
It's for Ethereum Classic, right?
Yeah, but it's to enable 4 gig cards. But look at the hash rate; it's the exact same. So why would you even bother?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what you did there. What's in mine? I don't know what you did there. You should take away the ETH4G and just leave it alone. Just leave it ETH. Because it doesn't matter. Or do you have a 4 gig card or not?
Calculations are exactly the same, and I guess that they would be.
Right. So it's a wasted space. We could put another algo there.
Right.
Which, have you noticed? I don't think anybody mines Zcoin other than myself. but did you notice that NiceHash took Zcoin or MTP algo off of their platform a while ago?
Really?
Yeah.
Has that helped with the profitability?
Not necessarily. Matter of fact, let me check 616 Ti's. It's Zcoin still up there as far as profitable, but I think
Max
I
Voltage,
think I think
Max
what
Voltage
happened.
brings up a good point. It'll leave the algos that are above 4G. I think is that what you're saying there? Basically, the coins, right? So like from your calculations, the calculation might be the same, but the coins that you can mine will change, right? So like as you're doing your calculation with 4G, I think that's what they mean. Yeah,
Well,
that makes sense.
let's find out if the coins will change.
Well, what I'm saying is you can't mine all the different Ethash coins with
A
sub,
card that's not
right.
4 gigs or higher.
So if you want to see those coins, you have to use that calculation. Even though the
You see
actual
that?
yeah,
You see
yep,
that? That's Ethereum, or that's ETH, right? ETH.
right,
And look, it
right,
only shows 3, and then look at the 4G one.
yeah. So that's why they have both of them. Makes sense now. We figured it out what to mine. Don't yell at us. We figured it out.
Sorry, you can unfollow me now. No, they're really cool. I taught.
They need to have a select all and button on here.
Yeah,
I think you can just hit defaults and I think it goes back anyway.
probably, but I'm doing it the hard way. So what was I talking about? Oh, Zcoin.
Yeah.
Zcoin was taken off, and here's the reason I think why. Have you ever tried mining Zcoin?
I have before. I did a video on it, but I have not like
Did you
consistently.
have issues trying to mine it?
You know, I want to say that I got it to work, but I again it would have only been very temporary, like an hour or something.
You got to have a huge memory page file because
Okay,
of Zcoin.
because of MTP.
Right. So I was able to do it with my system, but here's what I found out. Anytime NiceHash would switch to MTP, the system would crash. And what I noticed is I had a 120 gig SSD, and I actually did a video on this, and the page file was getting so full that it was crashing the system. So it couldn't load anymore onto memory, and then it couldn't load anymore on the virtual memory, and so it crashed the system. So I upgraded, and that's why I said in a video in the past that yeah, Nemesis, I did the ETH pill for Zcoin. It works for MTP, but I had to upgrade the hard drive to 240 gig, and I think as a miners now, because we got to have a virtual memory size dependent on the amount of cards and the algo and stuff like that, that 120 gig is no longer big enough. You need to have 250 or 240 gigabytes of SSD space or higher. You don't need a 1 terabyte because then you're just wasting it unless you're going to use your mining rig as also some type of cache server. But yeah, that's what I found out with MTP, and I think Zcoin took it off because so many people were crashing, or excuse me,
Nice hash.
NiceHash took off Zcoin because of so many people having issues. And NiceHash is kind of the miner that they want the regular Joe to go to, right? They want the regular users, the person that's a gamer but wants to put their card to work when they're not gaming.
Sure.
Easy, quick setup, hit the button, you're good to go type thing. Like my nephew does it, and he's in the Coast Guard. So whenever he's on deployment, he lets his computer mine for him, which I told him, I was like, dude, just make some extra money while you're not doing anything. Don't let that computer just sit there and not do nothing. He's got a
Yeah.
2070. So I was like, put it to use. But I with any algos that are causing issues with that set it and forget it philosophy of NiceHash, I guess is going to get kicked off. And NiceHash actually took off Claymore as a default plugin. You heard
Right.
about that?
Yeah, I
Because it's
did.
no longer being developed.
Right. And there were issues after a certain epoch, 384 or something like that.
Right.
It stops or it has problems after that. I don't know that I don't know the whole story behind
I'm gonna read it right now.
Claymore, but
Oh,
I think
the
that
the
was
the Claymore miner itself, like the dev. You don't know about
Yeah.
the story? I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you off air about that. Due to recent issues with Claymore Miner, when mining on Epoch 379 or higher, we are disabling Claymore Miner as a default plugin until the bug is fixed. Until the bug is fixed, the guy is not going to fix it. The issues appear on all pools and is not related to NiceHash. The miner will still be available for installation throughout the plugin tab in the NiceHash miner. We recommend disabling or uninstalling Claymore for users still using it until the Claymore miner is updated, and then it shows you how to disable it. So yeah, it has been removed as a default, and Phoenix Miner is now the new default, so to speak. NB Miner can also mine ETH hash, so make sure you update. Uh-oh, the Russians are coming in here. I see it in live chat. I love you guys. Just don't bot it up. Don't bot it up.
They were
All
saying
right.
hello. I
Right.
did a.
Did you do the Google Translate?
Yeah, I did a translate.
How do we say hello back in Russian, though?
It would be
Good luck
that.
trying to.
No, actually, that's miners. So it's going to be that right there, I think. Hello, miners.
Здравствуйте.
There you go.
All right.
All right. That probably was horrible. My buddy Johnny is from Romania, and they got an apartment over there. And when we went over there, it was pretty cool. It was pretty neat. The language barrier. Have you ever went to a different country with a language barrier, like a completely different language? Have you ever went there, dude?
Yeah.
Even with the language barrier, there's still ways to communicate, and it's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It's funny to try to hold a conversation, especially when you're out there in the pub drinking a beer, trying to have a conversation with somebody that doesn't understand a word you're saying.
Right.
You got the basics though. So Red Panda Mining is coming up in about half an hour. Savage, what are we gonna do to fill the air in between then?
Whew, half an hour. Good grief.
Yeah. We could call it right here. I don't know what live chat wants to do. We could call the raid. Oh, speaking of the raid, are you playing any games right now? Any games you're interested in?
Come on, man. You know I don't game.
You play some Call of Duty?
No, I don't. I don't play anything, man. The last game I played would have been like Rainbow Six. You know, way back when, like Rogue Spear, and yeah, it's been a really long time. I played Rock Band for a little bit on the PS3.
I'm getting ready for Shadowlands, but it got pushed back because they weren't ready.
Max Voltage is asking about Xmr Hard Fork.
I'm looking it up.
I don't follow I don't follow Xmr really close. I mean, it's hard not to follow them at least a little bit, but
Monero implements hard fork, including new ASIC resistant mining algorithm. So Monero network has successfully updated to RandomX.
It's been that way for a while.
Yeah. So where's the new one? Let's do. Hang on. Let's do something. There's got to be a new one coming up. Let's do past 2 days ago.
Looks like they're forking today.
Holy smokes!
Just now?
Are you kidding me? Are we forking right now? Did we just fork? Hang on. Monero network upgrade hard fork counter. It literally just ticked over. Monero
literally just ticked over from 1 second.
Yeah. Main enhancement for V13 new class SAG transaction format. CL SAG is a new ring signature construction that will enable smaller and faster transactions with vigorous security.
Okay.
October. Well, it says October. It's estimated to take place October 18th, but at a certain block height. Where are we at now?
Yeah, so we'd have to look at their Explorer and find out.
We did tick over. Look at the current block height.
Oh, yeah.
So we did tick over, but we ticked over a while ago, not 1 second ago.
Yeah, that was funny,
okay.
Though.
So, but what is? I need information on this. Like
Rabid Mining is saying that it's cheaper fees and faster transactions. Okay. it's kind of like maybe a little bit of a scalability upgrade. It sounds like, and that's the problem with privacy coins like XMR, is though that ring signature technology, it's huge, right? So like the transaction size is so huge that it clogs up the network a little bit. So once things get going.
I wonder how smooth it went. I'm assuming pretty smooth if it's just improvements in transactions. Curious about the upgrade. Great question. The first is to enable CL SAG. The protocol waits for the old ML SAG transaction to be processed out of the mempool. The second is to require CL SAG. Huh. So I wonder what the pool operators and stuff like that, if they had what they had to do, or the network operators. So it's live right now. It's live right now, but you know,
Rabid is saying that there's two parts. There's one today, and 24 hours later, tomorrow, there's going to be another one. So there's basically two forks, is what he's saying.
Well, I didn't do any research prior to this stream about this. Does anybody got a link in live? Well, they can't do it in live chat. Dang it, because I got it blocked. There's a lot of websites I've never seen before. Let's do 2020, see what happens. I have Monero. I just don't mine it anymore.
Yeah, I've got a very little bit.
To improve base protocols, developer Monero and privacy focus announced a new Oxygen Orion. It's an Oxygen Orion upgrade, which will be implemented in new software, the linkable ring signature. Okay, maybe it is on this website. To improve its base protocol, Monero developers announced a network Oxygen Orion upgrade, which will implement the new software to linkable ring signature protocol called CL-SAG to make transactions lighter and faster. CL-SAG, or Compact Linkable Spontaneous Anonymous Group, feature is said to reduce the average transaction size by approximately 25%, also improve typical verification performance by 10. It's not bad. While Monero's new upgrade is seen as a hard fork, Monero blockchain will not split into new coin, and no new coin will be created. However, the result of the hard fork will require all participants in the Monero network to update their software. As always, that's typical. Anytime there's a hard fork, you got to update as a pool operator, whatever, wallet, stuff like that. In addition to the Monero hard fork, the news follows an earlier announcement today, which stated that Monero atomic swaps proposed by the Monero Community Crowdfunding System, CCS, has been fully funded. Since atomic swaps enable users to exchange coins directly with each other, Monero urged users to carry out their due diligence and learn more about the origin of funds. While Monero developers believe the hard fork would make the network more robust, they also hope that users would recognize the utility of a trustless path and low resistance to convert their Bitcoin into Monero and become Monero users. So Nemesis mines it. Who else mines Monero in the live chat?
There was people mentioning in the live chat about it having something to do more with ASIC resistance, but according to their website, it's not. It's just there's no change to the proof of work algorithm at all. So, I mean, not that they are already ASIC resistant, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, it doesn't look like it doesn't change the proof of work at all for Monero.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it seems like it's just a technology, a privacy technology upgrade. So anyway.
Isn't there a calendar for all this stuff? For all the crypto hard forks? I saw there was a website back in the day.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, I see people posting it every now and then, and I always forget to grab the link. But
hard fork archives.
Let's do some DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, there was a website that I used to have that would show. We don't want to know what the past hard forks are. We want to know what the future hard forks. because I mean that's very important to know, especially if it's a. I mean, if it's a cryptocurrency you support and mine and do whatever with, you should be paying attention to what's going on. I have it because I'm not as deep into Monero as everybody else. I like the project, I support the project and ideas. I just haven't been mining it, so I haven't been keeping up with it, which I probably should, because there's probably a Monero wallet update.
Yeah, you have to update the wallet for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to update my wallet.
All right, I think I found it's coindar.org. This looks like it has some pretty good stuff on it. It's a calendar.
Yeah, okay, I see it. I think this was it.
Yeah.
Calendar.
But it's more like events. You can probably maybe filter it somehow.
Uniswap trading competition on KickEx.
KickEx.
I wonder how Uniswap's doing. Did you ever get any money off of Uniswap?
I did. I did. Yes, I did that one transaction for one video for swapping ETH to WCCX, wrap CCX. And from that one transaction, I was able to claim the 400.
Are you serious?
Yes. It was crazy.
Did you what you do with it? Did you sell it?
No, I still have it.
You still have it?
I should have sold it.
You should have sold it, because I think what did it go up to?
$8.
Yeah, bro. You should have sold that. What are you doing?
$7.50 or something like that. Yeah. It was up there. Might have been just $7, but
$7.82. But dude, 400 times $7? Come on now.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people made good money on that.
It was really dumb for me to just hold it. But I don't trade. Like we talked about this a bunch before. I just don't. I mean, I need to get smarter with the letting go once it's made a huge
profit. Yeah.
I need to get better at that.
At least not all of it. Like you do a percentage, maybe 25, 50% of your holdings, so that way you can make that money back and recoup. I know Nemesis sells his crypto because he's always upgrading stuff. He mines his crypto and then he sells to get upgraded hardware. But Uniswaps are around $3. I still haven't got into the DeFi space myself, but
I haven't either, really. I think that the Conceal guys, the CCX team, is probably going to drag me into it because, the whole wrap CCX thing, and then they got C Live or Clive, they're calling it, going live here pretty soon by the end of the year. So, not that has to do with DeFi, but they're probably going to drag me into it.
Is the wrap CCX a token that you can find, or do you have to?
Yeah, it's there.
You have to put the transaction thing.
I think you have to put the transaction in there because there's no liquidity yet. They just did their private sale. What do they call it? It's like a crowdfunding thing. They did the private sale a couple of days ago, and then they're going to do public sale for WCCX coming up here pretty soon. And once that is completed, they'll have liquidity on Uniswap so that it should just show up.
What's it called? The wrap CCX.
Yeah, WCCX.
It is I wonder why CoinGecko doesn't have it. I guess it was a test.
Yeah, there's no liquidity for it, so it's just not going to be anywhere right now. There's no funding in it at all, so there's no reason to even show it. But you can get to the contract and stuff if you go to Uniswap. You can paste it in there.
Yeah, that's how I found the lid and a couple other coins.
Yeah.
But I haven't done anything recently. Beam is having a Zoom AMA in 8 days. I wonder if I should show up.
Yeah, this is a pretty good calendar. It looks like, if it's accurate, if it's updated. It looks like it's updated. It has the Monero stuff on there. So
Gather, DeFi Finance, Silent. Ooh, Hollow. It's a YouTube AMA. Chainlink listing gets. Ooh, that's a good day to keep an eye on. Chainlink being added to the Bitstamp.
Yeah, that's good.
That might give us a nice little boost in Chainlink if you guys are interested in that. Yeah, this is a nice little calendar. I need to add this to my favorites. I'm gonna keep this open.
I think I'm gonna do that right now, just so I don't lose it.
More. I wonder how far down it goes, or how far it goes in general. Komodo. Haven upgrade to Monero V016 for Haven protocol or Haven crypto. That's good. Dude, this is nice. Oh shit. I can't curse on my channel. Zcoin.
I did earlier.
Well, we can't. We're not supposed to curse.
My bad.
So Zcoin, look at that. In 1 month, stake XZC. So Zcoin's going to be stakeable. I need to do some research. So yeah, if you support a certain project, it's really good to keep an eye, do your own research, and keep an eye on everything. But I actually got my finger in so many different crypto projects that it's getting hard to keep an eye on. I actually have a couple crypto projects that crashed and burned. I'm still hanging on to it. Anybody want some HTH coin? Nobody even knows what that is.
Help the homeless.
Yeah,
hey,
you know what it is.
Yes. Scroll up to search and type CCX. And then do conceal, yeah. So December 31st is their launch date for conceal. Yeah, so that's going to be cool.
Oh, that's cool. You can share it. You can nice. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty cool. Yeah, coindar.org is a pretty cool website.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. Huge shout out to Coindar here.
Indeed, Coindar.
Cool stuff.
That's pretty cool. 4 releases, 3 main sessions, 3 exchanges. That's in the past.
I wonder how they corroborate or get this data. I wonder, I mean, who...
It's got to be some API sources that they have to put in, or maybe they just really keep an eye on every project, or somebody keeps an eye. Like, you know, you might be focused on Conceal and a couple of coins, and I might be focused on Monero and a couple of coins, and then we just update the information as data is released.
It's got a check mark there. It says reliable source, what day it was added. So it must have some, it's probably automated.
Oh, it's pulling API from Twitter.
Maybe from
that's
Twitter.
One source right there.
Okay.
Yeah, API from Twitter, because you know, like we can do the webhook in Discord for our channels.
Yeah,
kind of the same API keys. You know, if this then that type stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks for everybody hanging out with us for this long. We had 24 viewers. We now have 23, but I appreciate everybody hanging out. We're just chilling until Red Panda Mining goes live. But we're really just freestyling and spitballing it right now, to be honest. But that was some good information to know about the Monero, finding out about Coindar. So this is good when the community, you guys in the live chat, can continue to talk with us. Let me let Red Panda know we're going to stay live and lead.
Like what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, we only got 15 minutes.
All right. I can do 15 minutes of anything.
Oh, what was it? Mind Your Biz, Seth was just like, what can you do? What can you talk about with no, preparation, stuff like that?
It's a really great question, to be honest. With no preparation at all, what can you do for, what did you say, a 30-minute talk, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's like a thought-provoking question. And, without any preparation, I probably couldn't do a lot in the crypto space just for 30 minutes of really great information. I probably couldn't, without prep. But there are some things, like I mentioned in the tweet, that I probably could talk about for half an hour, without any prep. So yeah, that was a good thought-provoking question.
All right, streaming and leading into Red Pandas. All right. So, what do you have planned for today?
You talking to me?
Yeah, Savage. What you got? What you got going on today?
I've got a little bit of cleanup on the network closet, the NOC. I have a little bit of cleanup in there. I received all the speakers, the speaker wire, all the stuff, this in-ceiling speakers that I'm going to be installing. What I have to do, my challenge is for this room specifically, for the in-ceiling speakers, it's going to be really tough because of where this room is and what's in the attic. There's a lot above me and the roof is like right here, like I'm at the edge of the house. So where I want to put the speakers, I'm probably not going to be able to put them where I want them. I'm going to have to kind of like figure
Move them in a
out.
little bit.
Yeah, they're probably going to have to be a little bit closer than I wanted them to be. You know, obviously, speakers you want them kind of far apart, but they're going to probably be a little bit closer than I want them to be. But most likely, I'll be looking into that today, just kind of getting up in the attic, maybe getting up in the attic and figuring out where the speakers are going to go. In the great room, the speaker issue is probably not going to be a problem because it's all completely open up there. I'll be able to put them wherever, but this room is going to be a challenge just because of the location. But I did receive everything, so that's coming later. I need to do videos. I need to do some vlogs on all the networking stuff, but I want it to be finished, like really finished before I do it. But I probably should do it as I go.
Right.
I'm a horrible vlogger. I'm just terrible at it.
You got a GoPro, don't you?
I used to. I don't use it right now. No.
I got a session you could borrow. It's only a 1080p little square, but you could borrow it if you need to. While you're crawling around in the attic. Swamp7 wants to know network update video, Savage?
Yeah, I need to for sure. I'm still learning this Ubiquity stuff, man. It's intense. It's like,
but they're good. They're good.
Yeah,
I've been using their network equipment for multiple clients and multiple businesses. They're good. You got good equipment. It is a learning curve. It's
basically like the Apple of networking devices. I mean, their packaging, all the way from their website to packaging to receiving it, unboxing everything. Like things are just it's really high class, high quality stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'm really impressed with it.
Red Panda Mining just joined us. Thank you, Red Panda. What he says, if there's a Serpent or a Savage Mine coin, I'm putting $1 million into it. We got to find some devs if we're going to want to make that project happen. I don't really know too many devs that can help us out with that.
I remember a couple of years ago, that was a thing, man. Everybody was saying, let's create a coin for, Brandon coin or, the technicals or whatever, Now people don't really say that stuff too much anymore.
Hey, do me a favor. Since you're a moderator, you can link stuff. Is your chart that we're looking at on screen right now, is that available to the public, but they can't edit it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't let anybody edit it, but if you want to share it, go ahead and share it in the live chat. But for those just tuning in, earlier in the stream, we were talking about, possibility, speculation on the performance of the 6700 XT, 6900 XT, and stuff like that for the AMD GPUs that are going to be announced October 28th. Now, that may not be the launch date, but that may be announced. We know that's going to be announced. We really don't have the finalized pricing, but we're speculating 600 to 650 for the 6900 XT, and then the 450, 500 for the 6700 XT. And then there's some data for you. And what we saw is the 6700 XT, just speculation, looks really good as far as price to performance or mega hash per watt with a 0.5. But again, speculation, grain of salt. That's what we talked about earlier, which was very exciting just to look through it. And a lot of people were giving us good information in the live chat about their 5600 XT, which is what we use to kind of guesstimate everything. And I really appreciate the community providing that data. Techman, Michael Patterson, Rabid Mining, everybody who is providing that data, because that was really, really good and spurred a hot topic and conversation. Are you still mining, Zell? I just saw Red Panda post something about that. Are you still mining, Zell? Savage?
No. I haven't in a while.
Do you use the wallet though?
Oh yeah,
wallet?
Yeah, sure. They just integrated. What did they integrate? Zcoin nodes, I think, right? The management of the nodes is that what it was? I think so, if I remember right. Man, my memory is so awful. Things just. I want to say that was the update had to do with Zcoin. Zcoin nodes management within the wallet.
I mean, I like their wallet because they're GUI. But here's the roadmap that they have. I don't think this would show it, to be honest.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Because this was just an integration within the Zelcore wallet itself. It wasn't really like on their roadmap or anything like that. It was a tweet, if I remember right.
Okay, well then we just go to their Twitter page, usually at the bottom.
Yeah, Zelcore.
Zelcore or Zel, well, there's two of them. Zelcore, all right, there you go.
There you go. Scroll down a little bit. Maybe a little bit more.
On the project Zelcore security Flux is the world's first decentralized network.
Right there.
All right, there you go. Yeah, Zcoin. All right, to celebrate the addition of Zcoin official masternodes to our monitoring app, we are giving away 10x 1-year Zelcore vouchers. To enter, retweet, follow, all that good stuff. That was 18 hours ago that they reposted this. So I'm going to post this in the live chat.
And I just fired up Zelcore, and they do have an update.
What's up, Dan the Dane? I haven't seen Dan the Dane in a while. No, actually, he stopped by my stream yesterday. I was just doing I did two random off-the-cuff streams. No preparation, no plans. One was just playing around with Battlefield 5 and the Nvidia broadcast, which is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, those are the best, man. Whenever you just fire it up and go.
Yeah. And
hey, what's up, Dan?
Then I checked out Awesome Miner as well. So Awesome Miner's got a built-in benchmark, and I actually played around with some of the lesser altcoins or algos just to see how everything's going. Oh, we dropped down during the stream. Why? Why can't we go?
No. Up?
It's still sideways though. Look at that.
Yeah.
You could draw a line of sideways. I hope Bitcoin would go back to its all-time high of 14,000 and then beyond that. That'd be really nice one day. But I mean, technically, we're still on an uptrend if you look at the monthly. We've always been on an uptrend because this is new stuff. We've been through this bear market. We've been through that bear market. We've been through this bear market and this one. Or at least I have.
Yep.
So I've been through 4 big bear markets. And I'm still here. So did Coin360 finally update? No, Coin360 is still showing that we're around 11,000 mark while everybody else is 11.3. That's weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
I wonder if we should message them. Like, hey guys, oh, I'm not following them. Ooh, boo on me. This account was not following them. My bad, guys. I'll hit them up and see if their API needs to be updated or something like that. I'm not sure why. I mean, because this is Bitstamp, and if we look at BTC USD through, let's see here, we do Coinbase. Yeah, 11.3. Everything's 11.3, but Coin360, which is odd to me. I'm gonna go mine some more Ethereum with my AMD and Nvidia cards. I've been having issues with my 1080 Ti, believe it or not. The same card, if anybody remembers, the same card that my boys accidentally hit the freaking ball.
I remember that. Yeah.
The 1080 Ti is now acting funny. But I notice it's only when certain software is running. For example, the ETH pill. When the ETH pill is running, it will mine for a couple hours or maybe overnight and then crash. So what I had to do is use Claymore specifically for that GPU with strap 1 added, and then that runs fine. But I don't know why I'm having to do that. So I'm probably gonna reset my OS again. And do you have imaging software for your mining rigs? Like, do you image your mining rigs in case something goes wrong?
No, I don't. I only use HiveOS or
right.
I boot off of the USB. So if I have a problem, I just reflash it and go.
Right. So you never use Windows. I use Windows for a number of reasons, but yeah, I got HiveOS, I got NiceHash OS, which I believe that NiceHash OS had an update recently.
Yeah, I think they're on 1.2.1, something like that.
And did anybody from our community get the video card from the NiceHash giveaway that we know of? They did a giveaway of 3080s, GTX 3080s.
They were
by the way, we're on 1.2.2.
1.2. Oh yeah, I need to update them.
Yeah, but this giveaway right here, 3 people won. Here's the emails. You can't see the full email, but
no telling what that is. Yeah.
I hope somebody in our community got one and not some random person that's never mined the day before the giveaway.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh yeah. Um, it's usually in the banner of my page, but if you guys give this, I have two Twitters. One's my personal, one's my official for this YouTube channel. Try to follow the official one because my personal one, I talk about all random stuff. I might be talking about the Seattle Seahawks, winning in the clutch game like they did last weekend. I might be talking about cars. So if you're not into cars and football, don't follow my personal account. Follow the main SerpentX Special Forces channel. And Savage Mind, we're going to go ahead and give him a shout out
Yay!
because he's just awesome like that. You know what I
I,
noticed?
I didn't go live. I don't think I went live the whole week, or if I did, it was like way early in the week. I did the one video on the pre-sale, but I want to say that was, oh, it says 3 days ago. Okay, so it wasn't that long ago.
Just link Savage Mind in the live chat. You know what I noticed about YouTube? I haven't been getting notified by you. And if you look right below me on screen, or right below Savage, the bell is not checked, and that bell was checked.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
They do that. They do that.
Like stop unnotifying me. I want to be notified. I even seen that for Red Panda, Hash Raptor, and yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's like it's something that I don't know what they do. They just turn them off for some reason.
Oh, that's really annoying. DCA Adventure is going live later on tonight, I believe.
Don't get that. Their bell was turned off too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hang on. It is. What the heck's going on, YouTube? Stop doing that. I want to be notified.
It's like they flip it back to personalized or something.
DCA Adventure is going live tonight at 9 p.m. Are you doing anything live tonight or no?
I might try to put a network update video together, like a premiere or something. It won't be live or anything, but
just throw a video together.
Yeah.
I will have on my channel. I will have some content. One ray tracing performance between the regular RTX 2080, not the Super, and the 3080, as well as some temperature and performance comparisons in temperatures between the two. So stay tuned on my channel for that. And then this GPU is going to go to another home, and I will wait for
you already sold it.
Model. Yeah, I already sold it. Well, I mean, I haven't sold it because it's still here, but I already have a potential buyer. So.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it's my buddy. I got it. I really got it for him. I would like an AIB model 3080, but they're still really hard to get, so I'm not in any rush. Plus, if you haven't noticed, or if you haven't checked this out, Savage, I signed up for the EVGA list. Did you?
No.
The notify list. Savage.
Do I need to do that? Is that something?
Dude,
I need?
Yes. Now you're gonna be waiting for like 2022, dude.
Oh wow.
You got to get signed up because it's a list, and as EVGA goes through the list, they'll send you notifications, and once you get the notification, you got 8 hours to buy the EVGA card that you got auto notified on. But that's a good way to get the card rather than the bots.
I got you.
All right.
But is that for the 38 for anything or?
Well, you could get auto notified for the 3090, 3070, 3080.
Okay.
So do the 3070 because it hasn't launched yet. If you want that card, if not, get auto notified for all the cards of the model that you want. Doesn't matter. Just do all of them, and even if you don't want it, you can
just ignore it.
You can ignore it exactly. But we're still on 9/17, so it's going to be a hot minute. But at least that's a guaranteed way you could get a 3080. If not, by that time, hopefully they'll have fixed this craziness with all the bots.
Yeah, right on.
All right, is Red Panda Mining ready to go live yet? Red, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're taking care of your family. Your baby's doing all right. We'll have to catch up sometime, but I will pass it on over to you. Everybody jump on over to Red Panda Mining's channel. We're sitting there waiting on screen, as you can see. Matter of fact, I need to link it because I did not link it, and I need to like it because I have not liked it. And I will catch you guys around. All right, Red Panda, I will continue to entertain until you are ready, sir. Until you are ready. Baby is awesome. New place is awesome. Nice. I've been doing my best to keep up with everybody, but there's so many of us. It's getting harder and harder to keep up with everything
Yeah,
these
it's
days.
really difficult, especially whenever you also have your own stuff going on.
Right.
You know.
Yes, Dan to Dane. Serpent raid in the live chat once Red Panda's ready to go live. Until then, we are looking forward to October 28th and 29th with the GPU releases. I always love new hardware because I get to tear it down. I won't be tearing down the FE Founders Edition card. Gamers Nexus did a great job covering the teardown of that card. Because this is going to a home that's not mine, I do not want to tear down somebody else's card and ruin it, because this card is actually performing very well. Jedi J said the other day that he couldn't get above 200 watts. Not Your Normal Miner had issues where he couldn't get above 200 watts, and they want to RMA or return it, or at least Not Your Normal Miner wants to. I don't think it's hardware related. I think it's something software related, because when you're using, for example, MSI Afterburner, Nemesis actually saw this as well. When we go to adjust the clock's TDP and everything and hit apply, it doesn't always apply. You might have to do it 1 or 2 or 3 times in order for it to do it. So make sure software-wise, if it's not working in here, maybe try to use NVIDIA Inspector or the EVGA tool, or whatever tool that you can to tune your GPUs before you try to RMA the card, because something software-wise may not be talking to the GPU, and that's why it's not updating. However, if your card is having issues getting above a certain wattage, it might be the fuses, because on these cards there are fuses in particular different areas that can get blown if overcurrent protection did not kick in. Now, it's very unlikely that happened. Those fuses are more or less used from the manufacturers to kind of identify where, if you did RMA your card, where there might be an issue. Like if this fuse is blown over here by this 8-pin connector, they can run those traces and see and test what caused that fuse to blow, and then kind of fix the card from there. But I don't think that's the issue. So Not Your Normal Miner, I hope you are able to figure out what's going on with your 3080. Not all cards perform the same, guys. I had 2 Zotac 1070s, exact same model and everything, but you can tell that they were made at 2 different locations and one performed better than the other. That doesn't mean that card's bad. It's a number of variables like silicon lottery, the build quality, manufacturing process, all that stuff that can determine the quality or performance of your card. So don't RMA the card just because even they don't perform the same as another. But this one I have, the FE edition, is a golden sample actually. I can hit 2130 megahertz, which a lot of people can't even get above 2000 megahertz overclocking.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah, 2130, and that's for certain benchmarks. It's not always stable, but the most stable one I got, 2110. 2110 is the most stable that I got. I tested hardware bot, a number of benchmarks, time spy, all that stuff, and got some pretty good benchmarks. It was pretty cool. I still got some more benchmarks to run, but I always take my hardware and test it out with hardware bot and 3D Mark and stuff like that. Number 1 enthusiast of the United States. Number one, and I'm number 2 out of the team in my career ranking. And look at the numbers. Worldwide, I am 290 out of 2,272. So
that's cool.
I take pride in that. I'm almost at the top 1,000 of 177,000 people too in Hardware Masters. So I take old hardware, new hardware. I benchmark it. I test it. I got a couple of world ranks. And a lot of gold, silvers, and bronze awards for benchmarking and testing out my hardware. And there's a number of benchmarks that you can do. I like this. I really do. I'm not sure if anybody's checked this out, but you can run GPU tests, CPU tests. You can test the strength and performance of your hardware and get some points out of it. It's pretty fun. A lot of LN2 or enthusiast overclockers do this stuff. I don't have LN2 and all that stuff, but you can still get points with just regular air and knowing how to tune your cards, GPUs, CPUs, all that stuff. So, well, Red Panda is live in 54 seconds. You guys head on over there, and I will catch you in the live chat for a little bit. go ahead and type in hashtag Serpent Raid, or if not, just say hi. I'll catch you guys later on today. Savage, any closing words?
No, man, I'm good. Head over to Red Panda. That's about it. Maybe I'll do a video later. Maybe I won't.
Network.
You guys know how reliable I am.
How much would I pay for a 3080 over retail, Swamp? I wouldn't. I would not pay. I got this for $699, and that's the max I'm going to pay for that. Now, if it was AIB, maybe 30 to 40 bucks over retail, but I'm not paying $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. No, sir. All right, guys. Take care. Appreciate your time. Thank you for sticking with us. I'll catch you guys later on.